It's Joe, the 50 something Dasher. I'm back. I have returned following a very difficult last week or so. I'm telling you. And you're going to see me take on and off these reader glasses. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, just to kind of recap everything that's kind of gone on, and why I've been away for a little bit is Saturday the 9th is when I went into the ER. I talked about that in one of the previous videos. One of the things about that was I was put on a really strict diet, and without blurting it out, what's wrong with me, you can probably pretty well guess. But I'm on like a real strict diet right now, and one of the things also is that I can only drink water, and the ER doctor was real firm on that. He said water. Okay, don't be adding anything into the water. Don't do this or that or that. Water. Okay. Well, what happened was I'm previous to this, I was such a heavy caffeine user. Taken caffeine all throughout the day that what happened was I went through caffeine withdrawal. And I didn't even know that there was such a thing or any of this. So, starting Monday, I started getting headaches. And I even still, right now, well, yesterday's been okay. Today's been okay. But yesterday, I had a headache for a little bit. So that started on Monday the 11th, and that peaked on it would be the couple days later on Wednesday, where I had a major headache and was basically inside here the apartment all day. So I had to deal with that, um, and then Thursday, the 14th, I was out on a dash. I only completed one delivery, and my wife called and said her father had passed away. So I, immediately logged into the dash and came home. Um, so that was Thursday. The next day, this past Friday, is when just kind of like overnight, there's been a change to my vision where the glasses that I just got the prescription here in October, middle of October. I can't remember the exact date, but and I was wearing those were my everyday glasses. I was wearing them to dash. I was wearing them at my W-2. A lot of times here at home. I didn't really need them to watch TV or be on this computer. And just like suddenly overnight, like I said, that was on Friday, that everything started being blurry through those glasses. And I even right now, and my vision just changed. Let's put it that way. Like longer distance, I see better than before, but close range, like the computer right now, I never used to need glasses ever to be on this computer. Now everything's blurry. And I don't know what's going on with my vision. So I carry these are just over the counter readers from the store, like the lowest magnification. And so I've been using these for the computer. I used them today on my dash, like off and on, going back and forth, putting on and off the glass. It's been a it's been a real pain, I'm telling you, since Friday. And then just here 2 days ago, Tuesday was the funeral. The funeral and the burial where we buried my father-in-law, and of course, all of the stuff that goes on with that very emotional time, and of course now we're dealing with the phone calls and the insurances and all that kind of thing. And it's really tough times right now. Um, Now I will mention on so this would have been yesterday. I was it yes no it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. So um, yeah, that would have been on Tuesday. So later on Tuesday, after that was all over, there is a brand new piece of DoorDash news, which I won't get into right now, but hopefully it's a major, like I'm talking blockbuster development for me. And but I don't want to say anything yet until there's still a couple things still to take place here tomorrow and this upcoming week. But definitely be on the watch out, like for my upcoming videos and potentially a major announcement. Regardless, whatever happens, I'm still going to do a video on this topic because I had meant to do a video on the topic anyway. So I'm thinking it'll probably be before the 31st. Sometime before that, there should be a video. Definitely watch out for that. And like I said, it may just be just another video, or it may be something major. So stay tuned. Um, so we just got back into town yesterday, and I figured I would. I originally I wasn't going to dash today. I figured maybe because my wife's off today, and I was initially thinking tomorrow. But I woke up this morning early, about 6 o'clock. She was still sleeping, and I got the itch to dash. And well, let's just get out there. And I don't have to do, there's no goal for the day. I just want to get out there, do some orders, and scratch that itch to dash. So I logged in. It was 6:34 when I started, and so here's the very first offer right here. $10, 15-mile Jolly Pirate. I went ahead and took it. And then before I even though it's going up to Hillier, but that like I said today, I wasn't really too concerned at all with the types of orders or how much I just wanted to do some orders. So I took that, and before I even checked in at the Jolly Pirate, I got this add-on 450 for 2.4 miles extra. And that was actually like that second order was actually like a mile in the opposite direction. So that's the 2 miles. So I picked up both orders, had to drive a mile the other way to get to the customer B, deliver that, and backtrack, and then now I was on the way to Hilliard. And so I don't think was this well, the first delivery was apartment complex with a gate code, and I'm sitting there. I like this particular apartment complex. Like I have so much trouble with that gate code, and like in the daytime, a lot of times they have that gate open and you can just drive through. But if it's still dark out and that's closed, I have to type in the gate code. I don't know what it is, but I just sit there and type it, and it won't open. And funny things start like this display. Or I think I've talked about this particular gate before. The screen will flash different things, and then it will be a blank screen for a minute, and this and that, and then at one point 3 or 4 things was scrolling across the screen overlapping with each other, so you couldn't like read anything. And then I went into then now I'm just like pushing buttons. Now I go into the directory, scroll through a couple names, pushing buttons. I try the code again, and now it opens. So it's so frustrating, that particular apartment complex. But I deliver that, no problems with the other delivery. And then, so next, I do a double order. This was a really good stacked McDonald's order. So first one $6, only a mile and a half, and then they stack it with so you're talking two orders here for at least $12, a hidden tip, and only what is that? Only 2.7 miles for probably at least $13. So yeah, that was a great order too. I should mention also, when I walked out of of course, like I said, we got so much going on right now. When I walked out of the apartment, I forgot my two hot bags, and because I had left my pizza bags and my catering bag in the car when we travel, because those could be flattened down and we can put stuff on them, but the hot bags were in the way, and so I took them out of the car and forgot to put them back in. But I talked about, like in my equipment video, the pizza bags can act as a hot bag. So that's what I used, was one of my pizza bags today. And so anyway, I delivered these. And then, oh, okay, this next screenshot. So when I went into the McDonald's to pick this up, I seen this on on the menu behind the counter, and so it's delivery orders under 3 minutes. So I'm assuming that's a note to the staff that they want to try to, any delivery orders, they want to try to complete those in less than 3 minutes. I'm just assuming that that's what that means. That arrow really, it wasn't pointing to anything. It's pointing to the word apple pie. So maybe maybe the arrow was somewhere else and they moved it, or I don't know. But that's definitely a good thing to see if you go into any restaurant and they're making the delivery orders a priority. Obviously, that's a welcome sight for any DoorDash driver. I wish some of these other, some of my, now McDonald's though, none of my three locations, I really don't have that many issues at the McDonald's. I mean, once in a while, I have done 10-minute drops at a McDonald's when it's been like really busy. But for the most part, they're pretty much on it. And I don't have too many issues. I need to see signs like this at the places that I have the issues at. I need to see this right here at IHOP. I need to see it at Tim Hortons, uh, and some of the other ones. Maybe Jolly Pirate, but I don't know. I'm not going to pick on Jolly Pirate. I'll leave them alone in this video. Maybe I'll pick on them some other day. And then, so next was my hidden pay screen. So it was only $1. So the two orders paid me $13. Next up was then I got a triple, actually. These were lower paying, but still not bad. And like I said, I'm not being too picky. So $4.09 for 3 miles, Tim Hortons. I took that. That was stacked as I was arriving to the store. Another $4 for just 300 feet. So let's just say no additional mileage. So now it becomes $8 for 3 miles. So that's pretty good. And I had just dropped off to the first delivery. I hadn't even closed that out in the app yet. When I got the third order, was this Taco Bell additional $4.50 for 6/10 of a mile. So yeah. And the first drop off was just like that was probably where the whole 6/10 of the mile was, just getting to the Taco Bell. I'd say that's about how far the first drop off was from the Taco Bell. It's just right down the street. So there was the 6/10 of a mile. Um, and then and no issues, nothing in my notes or anything for either of those other two drop offs. And next was I went ahead and took this. This is downtown, but 8:43, and so I figure by the time I picked this up, and there was a little bit of traffic getting to the interstate. I mean, it was probably past. It had to have been past 8:50 when I actually got onto the interstate to go to downtown. So I knew once I got into downtown, that's the perfect time to roll in there. Just after 9 a.m. and there's going to be no traffic concerns whatsoever. So that's why I took this. No problems finding the customer. The parking was was really tight, and I parked in a reserve parking spot. I didn't. Maybe I'll show this off in the next video. I talk about in videos the $10 coupons that I get from DoorDash. I used this last one on a pair of gloves, which they're supposed to be what are they called? One touch gloves? Is that what they're called? Or were you supposed to be able to touch your phone? I don't know if I'll like them or yet. I haven't worn them yet. And then I got the DoorDash delivery in progress sign, which I haven't used. It wasn't out in my car. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it in my car when I'm not using it so it don't get messed up. I don't know. Maybe underneath the seat, or I haven't figured that out yet. But I didn't have my sign. But this is a delivery where I would have used it. I parked in a reserved parking spot and was really tight squeeze getting out of there. I mean, I was within inches of, backing up, moving forward, backing up, like wedging my way out between the car in front of me and behind me with inches. I mean, it was tight parking for sure. I get to the customer messages me and says third floor. So I get up to the front door and it's locked. And I send a message, can you buzz me in? Long story short, I was pressing the wrong call button. I was supposed to, not the one that I saw on top. There was a bottom one. So, and then I waited a minute after I pressed that other call button. Then somebody let me in, but the guy that I don't know if the guy was security or what. It's kind of like a real fancy place when I walked into it with really nice like vintage looking furniture, and it looked like it wasn't a hotel, it was office space, but it looked like a super fancy hotel lobby. And whoever this was on the first floor that let me in, he didn't seem to want to let me go up to the third floor. He said, "No, you just leave that here in the lobby, and they'll just come down and get it." So that's what I did, and took a picture and messaged the customer and just left it there where the first floor guy said, and then I took off, and so it was 3 dozen donuts. Oh, come on. Here we go. And that was it. That was my last order. It's right. I left out of there, and I'm talking like right as I was about to turn on to the ramp to get back onto the interstate and get out of downtown. Right at that instant is when I got this offer. And I was like, I just knew it. You know, I knew something like this was to happen. And I could have paused the dash when, but it, like I said, it was after 9 a.m. So I figured if I got something else, if the pay was right, I'll pick up, from a place here in downtown. But from my position where I was at, this would have needed to be at least like probably like $15-20 for me to like get on the interstate and then immediately get back, off of the interstate to pick up from, chances were, a place that I never been to or heard of before. And I never heard of this place before. So I'm not going to mess with completely unknown territory for only $4. So it's not going to happen. So I decline that and make my way back to zone. And then as I'm getting off the exit, uh, back into zone, first I get this one, $4 going south. Not going to do that one. IHOP, sometimes they're slow. So I get that. I'm still on the exit ramp. I hadn't even, turned onto the street yet when I get a second kind of bad offer. 850 going clear out east. Not doing that one either. My wife had a appointment. She actually already left. She's at her appointment now. And I at this point, after I declined this, I just logged off so I could come here and kind of like, touch base with her on some things and everything before she left for her appointment. And then of course I was able to record this video while she was gone. uh so my summary here was, um so you see I was, let's see. Oh, I didn't put down my total dash time, but just under 3 hours. What is that? 2 hours 54 minutes if you do the math. Was my dash, and I was active 2 hours 12. So I was, the vast majority, I was active. It was busy. Completed 8 deliveries. Went over on mileage, but that's okay for today. No big deal. 60 miles. Put me at 2,459 deliveries. And my acceptance rate, which started at 72 at the start of the dash, I picked it up by taking 8 out of, I guess it would be 8 out of 11, I think. That took me up to 74. Um, and I'm fine with $50 for now. Like I said, it was just to get out there and do a few orders. There is a peak today. I believe it's either 5 to 7 or 5:30 to 7:30, one of the two, this evening. So my wife and I may or may not. It's just depends on whatever after her appointment, what all we get done here at the house before 5 o'clock gets here. So we may or may not do that. And then as far as tomorrow morning, I'll probably do a dash tomorrow and do another video tomorrow as well, more than likely. But it just, like I said, I don't have to, or it'll just depend on when I get up in the morning and, if I feel like doing it. I didn't schedule myself, so I left it open. And that is it. So that's it for today. And today's dash. And like I said, be on the lookout for, maybe possibly another video tonight, maybe one tomorrow, definitely next week, some more videos, and we'll just go from there. So again, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like the video, Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Some really, really good things to come here soon, like I said. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And that is it for now. Thanks again for watching.